street layer, as I told, it is composed of various devices and the sensors. It may be computers, sensors, all the nodes or the things will be considered as a street layer. Okay, so what they will do, the street layer will generate or collect the data, and this data need to be processed. Suppose if required, it can only process to a certain extent. The nodes can filter out some unwanted data if it is programmed like that, and aggregate. If needed, it will aggregate the data and forward it to the next level. The street level just involve the sensors and other devices. So at the street layer, at the street layer we can have just we will be discussing some examples. So we can have n number of devices, different kind of devices. So we can have magnetic sensors in the street level. With street level, in the sense, it's not like the streets or something which will be there in the city. So we can consider it as a ground level or a lower layer, okay, of the architecture. So we can have a magnetic sensor that can detect parking event by analyzing changes in the surrounding magnetic field. See, suppose when a heavy metal object or some vehicles come closer to these sensors, it will indicate that the parking space is occupied. Suppose if no heavy object is there in its nearby region, then it can tell that the parking space is free. That is magnetic sensor. Then light controller can be like we can use light density resistors, or we can call it as light sensors. Either we can call it as LDR or light sensors. These light sensors can sense the available light, the natural light, and it can either turn on the artificial light or the street light, or turn off it. Or also it can adjust the brightness of this light. It can increase or decrease the brightness. It can dim or brighten the light based on the availability of ambient light or the natural light. Next is video cameras. We can deploy CCTVs everywhere, so which can record various information, so which is required for video analytics. For example, if any traffic rule, sir, if anybody violates the traffic rule, that can be recorded. So in order to monitor the traffic conditions, so other things, we can use the video cameras everywhere. Next, air quality sensors can be deployed everywhere in order to detect and measure what are all the gases available in the air. So what is the carbon dioxide level, what is the nitrogen level, or anything else. So we need to measure the pollution level and take care of these things. Next, device counters. See how many vehicles are moving in this particular path. So something like that. So we can have a device counters, and also we can have a speed sensors. See in the highways and all, if you have observed, we can attach the sensors which can record the speed of the vehicle. Then different kinds of sensors we can use similar to this. What are all the challenges and consideration with respect to the smart city, especially with respect to these node level or the street level? See what type of sensor we need to deploy. So we need to think about it. That is very important. So there are so many different kinds of sensor. For which application, which kind of sensor need to be deployed? Identifying that is one of the challenge. Next, maintenance of these sensors and the cost involved in the maintenance of the sensor is another important challenge. Then they are all battery operated. See, always I can't provide 24/7 directly connected power supply in all the applications. If the resources are available, if the power source is available near that sensor, we can do that. Otherwise, they are all battery operated. Then how to recharge the battery, what is the lifetime of this node, that need to be considered. Then whether it is event based or time based data transmission. See, when something happens, sending the data, then that is called as event based. Say the light intensity has reduced to a certain level, almost it is getting dark, that is an event. Or sensing the light value for every 10 minutes or every half an hour and sending it, that is time based data transmission. When a fire occurs, sending the data is event based. For every 1 hour, whether fire is there or not, transmitting the data, that is time based. No fire, yes, fire is there, something like that. For every 1 hour, if the data is transmitted, then we call it as time based. Next, aggregating the data, filtering the data, removing the redundant information at the node level, that is also one of the challenge that need to be considered. Then the privacy and security of the information. See, all data should not be available to each and every one. So depending on their role, depending on their authorization, the data should be available to them. So that is very important. That's all about the street layer. Next one is, see, in the street layer, we have various sensors, cameras, other devices. So all these things are basically connected to one of the node, and all these devices are finally interconnected with each other in the entire city. If you take video cameras deployed, CCTV cameras deployed, all the CCTV cameras are network based one. So the traffic police department can control and can visualize all the cameras which are available in the city. So they are all interconnected to each other. Finally, it is connected to one endpoint. So this interconnection, the establishing the network among all the nodes is the duty of the city layer. Okay, the network infrastructure is the duty of the city layer. What kind of switches I need, what kind of routers I need, what kind of firewalls I need to make use of this, whether I need to use the Ethernet cable, whether I need to go with the Wi-Fi, whether I can use optical fibers. So something like that. All the network related infrastructure establishment is the duty of the city layer, interconnecting the entire city. So interconnecting the entire city is the duty of the city layer. The next layer is data center layer. So in the data center layer, the main job is to store the data and process the data. So it can be a cloud services, store as well as process the data. See, you may get the data from multiple sources, huge amount of data, variety of data, and some data needs to be processed in the real time. Some data can be processed afterwards. So for certain processing, we need past data also. I mean historical data also. It can be stream processing or batch processing, real time processing, or we can process the data sensed 1 year back also. That need to be taken care in this data center. So you can have something like this. So there can be intelligent factory in the city. So here the vehicles are connected, the manufacturing plants are connected, cameras will be there, various sensors will be there. Whether it is hospital, they are all connected. If it is traffic monitoring system, the entire streets are connected. Depending on the application, you can design the data center or the cloud services. The last layer is service layer. What it will do, it will provide the user interface. First important thing. So user interface can be web application or a mobile application. If if it is a traffic management application, see, as a normal public, what I can do, I can I can report some traffic issues what I am facing. I can raise certain complaints in it. That's all. But the traffic police department can see many things. They can see the videos, they can see where traffic is occurring, they can view our complaints, they can process the data. For them, it is completely different user interface. For normal user, it is completely different user interface. If you take garbage management system, See, far as we can just report the people are not collecting the garbage properly, I can raise the complaint. But the BBMP can visualize it in a different way. Whether the garbage collection is happening in this area or not, that they can check through the user interface, and they can respond, they can view the grievances, they can respond to the grievances. So that is according to their visualization, according to their role, they can have different user interface. The service layer is responsible for providing user interface and user experience according to the role of the user. So it can be different for a normal public, it can be different for a authorized person, like that.